Is BJ supposed to be on this meeting?
Is what?
Is BJ supposed to be on this meeting?
Well, yeah, I'm the chairperson, I thought.
No, not you, CJ. BJ, as in
Oh, okay.
Blueberry Jam.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
thought she wanted to be on it as well. I don't. But maybe I got confused between BJ and you, CJ. Okay. Let's see here. This is weird.
I'm going to look to
But
see.
you're the one.
Let me see.
I don't see BJ in the email.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought she was gonna be part of this. Which I don't know that it really makes much difference if she is or she wasn't, but I for some reason I thought it was her as well
There's
being
Julie,
part of this for some reason.
and then there's Sue. Some okay, and then Patricia, Pam, Kathy, and me. That's it. That I see. And no one else is trying to come in.
Well, Pam says she's trying to join. I asked her if the link was working, but I haven't had an answer back.
Because I told her to use the link because that's what I use to get on.
Maybe she needed to download the Zoom.
No, because you can join from the
Here's Pam.
browser.
Pam's now coming in.
Good.
And there she is.
Um,
Hi, Pam.
Can you hear me?
we can hear
Yay.
you. We can see
Can you
you.
hear me now?
Yeah. Okay. So thanks everybody for being willing to meet for a short period of time just to figure out some budget items. And did you guys have a chance to look over the attachments that I sent out
I
in
did
the
not.
email? The contract with Caesars. And I'm kind of using the spring 2024 regional budget as a baseline, as a template.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because I figure those are pretty much very similar to what we're gonna do.
Yep.
And they had a show, the 2025 uh, regional meeting did not have an Irish show, so it's not quite as applicable.
Had a seedling show.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the main things on the 2024 spring regional budget that we're using as our template, on page 2, they have a thing for a porta potty rental. I don't know if we need a porta potty rental or not. And then the one right below it, the Region 14 fee, that was voted out. So if we don't do the porta potty, we can cross both of those items off.
Well,
So this is going to sound like a stupid question,
No
uh,
such thing.
but what makes you think we don't need a porta potty? Is it
Well, I
because
don't know.
houses?
it depends on whether or not the guest gardens will allow the people to go to the bathroom if they need to.
Correct.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So uh, I don't know that I would throw that out in all honesty until we hear from the guest garden hosts.
Okay. So we'll leave it as a question mark for now. But we will get rid of the Region 14 fee.
Because we're not using buses, right?
Right. We're
Oh.
just self-driving with
Okay.
maps that we will provide them with. And I believe Julie T said she would work on the maps.
Okay.
Or maybe we can put them in the registration book.
Registration book is what we've done previously, at least the written directions are, graphics are
Okay.
good.
Okay, I like that because then it's all in one packet with their ballot that they're gonna need once they get there.
Yep. The
Yes.
other thing in the booklet along with the map is just a little couple photos and a little blurb about the garden, how they got it going. I can do
Right.
the journalistic reporter thing and nudge our guest garden people to give me something.
I could
Sounds
also do a
good.
podcast,
A podcast for what?
each one of them to talk about their gardens.
Okay. Um, let's see.
When we hosted the regional in 2018, 7 years ago,
Yeah.
one thing we did with the budget was once all was said and done and we had thought of everything we could brainstorm, we added a 15% contingency just in case.
Right.
And that was a good thing to do.
Okay. Yeah, I think a little buffer in there would be good. I think I had read in one of the how to host articles that that's what they recommended too. Just because you do have inflation, you do have rising costs. What I noticed on I went back and looked on the spring 2024 meeting that was in Auburn. Actually, let me go back one more time. In the Coors Gold Spring 2023 meeting, their registration fee was $95 if you signed up early. I couldn't find what it was if you signed up late. And that gave us the garden lunch and the banquet. Then when we move on to the next year for Auburn, spring 2024, they bumped up to $115 if you signed in early and $125 if you signed up late. And I was on my road trip, so I don't know what that included, but I imagine it was lunch and dinner on Saturday.
And it was also because we were all staying within the hotel. It was
Yeah.
a little bit more of an expensive hotel.
Okay.
There was a room block. We had to sign up for that block fairly early. And I
Okay.
think we were, let's see, the lunch was catered by the restaurant that's inside the hotel, Max's, just for convenience.
Pardon me. So the lunch and the banquet, was there any other meals?
Hmm.
You can
I
think
think-
about it.
I
You can
think
think
we
about
had
it.
a morning, I think they put out coffee and orange juice and some bagels or something.
Okay,
Kathy
so
would be
we'll
able to
say
answer that.
we'll say a continental breakfast. Okay, so then we go to I'll skip over the fall meeting because I feel like it's so different from the spring meetings. So then we go to Santa Rosa, spring 2025. It's the same price as what Auburn charged, $115, $125 if you sign up late. I was reading that they had Friday snacks, but I didn't see them. I was there Friday night to help set up. They gave us a catered lunch and the banquet on Saturday. And in the program it said there was going to be Sunday continental breakfast, but I didn't see that because I didn't go. So at any rate, it's the same price from 24 to 25. And then
You know what we had was they gave us when we checked in a ticket, a complimentary ticket and I'm sure that maybe it was like prepaid because of our group, but we could go into the little restaurant and get some breakfast buffet items on the Sunday.
In Auburn?
Yes.
Okay. So that would have been breakfast. Okay. All right. So currently we're definitely going to have lunch and snacks in the garden on Saturday. And currently we're going to have the banquet Saturday night. And I'm not sure if we're going to be providing any other meals or not.
So no continental breakfast on Sunday morning or something?
No, partly because when I look at the catering menu, their prices are so exorbitant. And we're not allowed to bring in outside food. So,
Thankfully, different than Auburn, Reno has so many restaurants and coffee shops around.
right
People
there,
can go and they don't have to go far at all.
right.
And
So,
which hotel
what?
is everyone staying at?
So it's being held at the Row, which is a Caesar's property. So we're having the event in the Silver Legacy, but the El Dorado is just down the hallway. All you have to do is walk down the hallway and
Gotcha.
stay at the El Dorado or further on to the Circus. But the most convenient to where our meeting is in the Silver Legacy. We're going to be in the Silver Baron Ballroom. And there's adjacent to the Silver Baron Ballroom is some meeting rooms that we can use for the Irish show, the symposium, the Irish show prep, and storage of supplies.
Where would the silent auction items go?
The
Baskets.
ballroom is pretty big, and there's areas in the ballroom that are suitable for having tables of silent auction, baskets. There's lots of room in there.
Perfect.
I don't have a square footage accessible to me at this moment. Okay. What other questions do you have?
I just something to note is the Daffodil Society charged an extra $25 for not the early fee, just to try to get people to sign up early.
Okay.
I mean, $10 is nothing if it's $25
Yeah,
more.
so I'll make a note of that. Consider higher
Late,
registration fee for late registration.
yeah. So that encourages the early one.
Yes.
I was
Okay.
wondering too if we might have registration forms ready for people who are going to help with the regional digs this summer.
Well, my goal is to have them here in August, to put the word out in August and have everything. There's a link that Silver Legacy sent me. They want me to start getting people to sign up now. So I feel like as soon as we can get our price figured out and our tentative schedule, we don't have to have a complete schedule, but the articles I was reading about how to host a AIS regional have a tentative schedule. That way people kind of know how it's going to flow.
Mhm.
And we definitely want to have we have to have our Irish show Friday night. Bring your entries, and it's judged Friday night. Partly because people are coming, they want to get their irises into that air-conditioned room and in vases. The judges want to judge, and then that way it frees them up to go to the garden the next day.
We had a problem in 2018. Some people got stuck in traffic, and one of
Yeah.
the people who was planning on bringing an enormous amount of fall blooming iris was Riley Probst, and he could not get to the show in time. So as the judges and the show chair met, we made several postponements until finally we were saying we would start the show 2 hours later after scheduled time.
Yeah.
And we ended up just having to have a mock show. So we had a few flowers, not enough in any one section to have 3 entrants and 5 blooms. And so it was just used as a training tool. So we went to a lot of effort to have basically a canceled show.
That
That's
sucks.
always a possibility.
Okay. That does suck. That happened to Riley. The other thing, as far as the schedule, oftentimes there's a business meeting, and so we can decide if we want to have it on Friday or if we want to have it Saturday at some point. I know that someone said have it on Friday because then that gets people to come and be there. But
But they're
It's a
coming from all
stretch.
over the place, right?
say again?
They're coming from all over the
Right.
United States.
We've done it both
Not
ways.
from the US, but all over California and Nevada.
Okay.
So what we've done in the past, different ways, did budget meeting and then had the evening guest speaker, and then had the rest of the business meeting in the morning. Sometimes we've just blasted through the whole business meeting and it runs to like 10 or 10:30 at night. And then
Yeah.
we're free on the Saturday to do garden things in the voting and have a speaker on Saturday night. So it's wherever you kind of move the chess pieces around and what people think they can get into town for.
That's what they did at the fall meeting in Fresno this past fall. They had some of the business meeting Friday night and some of it Saturday morning.
What business
Okay.
meeting would it be? Like,
Well, there's the budget meeting, and then the second part of it is all of the action items that people want to report on from their different clubs and officers, everything from fundraising and how to do scholarships, and it's all the chair people for everything, how the
Okay.
editorial stuff
so
is.
it's Region 14 meeting then, business meeting.
Is what?
It's a Region 14 business meeting, not a
It's-
local.
Yeah,
Right.
Region 14.
Okay.
Okay. What other thoughts do you guys have?
One thing I've observed over the years is that a new RVP has a hard time keeping the business choppy and fast and pre-digesting it outside of the meeting with the chair people. By
Yeah.
the time they get to the 3rd year, they're pretty short and snappy. It'll be Dan's first year doing a spring regional, I think, right?
Right.
Allow for
Okay.
elasticity.
Okay. So are you saying that it might be better to have it, some of it Friday night, the budget meeting Friday night and the business meeting Saturday morning?
Yes.
Okay. And I agree. That it seemed to work out pretty good for in Fresno when I got to go to them. Okay. Maybe we can just have someone with a whip, keeping Dan on track. Oh, okay. Let me see here what else we have. So I did a little bit of research about the garden lunch. There's a website, and I can't find what it was called right now, but you basically put in your zip code and it shows you a bunch of catering choices.
Hmm.
So I looked at a bunch of caterers last night, and we could, I mean, a lot of these catering things are charging you $1.70 for a bag of chips and $2.50 for a cookie and $3 for a soda or $2.50 for water. And I think that we could probably do self-catering for those items and save a lot of money for the garden lunch. And then if we did have someone make up sandwiches, like for example, Porta Subs has a wrap tray or pinwheels that's $58 and that serves 15 to 20 people. Capriati's is exorbitant. So I kind of crossed them off my list. Deli-Town, they have a party platter, serves 10 for $65.99.
Could even
Garden,
get Safeway.
yeah, Safeway is, I did not check out Safeway, but that was one of the suggestions that I saw. If you're doing, one of the most reasonable ones was a place called Firehouse Subs, which I've never eaten.
Yeah,
I
they're
have.
Firehouse Subs. So, they have
Hey.
a build your own sandwich platter. It's $7 per person. And build your own means you pick what you want in the sandwiches. So $7 per person is pretty reasonable, I think, compared to
Yeah.
all the other ones that I looked at. Togo's is $10 per person for a sandwich tray. And a place called Garden Lunch. I didn't write it down. It probably was expensive. But oh, the website is called EZ Cater. EZ Cater.
Huh.
And Subway, the sandwich spot. Einstein Brothers has a morning breakfast, bagels and schmear, or they have a regular lunchtime thing. So the other thing I liked about Firehouse Subs, they sell you tea and lemonade by the gallon. So that might be, I think I would have to go eat a Firehouse Sub and see if it was any good.
It's tasty.
Yeah, is it?
Yes.
Okay, we
They're
have
a
one
little
vote.
spicy by their trade. They're a little bit spicy, but they're very good. Very hearty, very delicious.
Okay.
So
And then the other thing, as far as self-catering, if we do, I know that at Costco they have things, but I don't have pricing of that. But at the very least, we're talking, you know, eight to $12 per person with the less expensive places I found. So we can continue to evolve our choices, but I think in our budget line item for the garden lunch, the Spring Regional 2024, they had $12 per person. And I think that that is probably, judging from what I saw, that's at the low end of what we can do. And it's not a bad price if we go to the work of buying a box of cookies at Costco and buying the sodas and the waters at Costco and the bags of chips,
You
if
might
we're
wanna-
gonna do chips. I
might-
just want to avoid something where we have like silverware and potato salad and all that. I just want to have a simple thing like what they had in Oakhurst, where it was a sandwich and a bag of chips and a beverage and a cookie. That's what they had at Oakhurst.
I would almost make that 12 or 15.
Make what, 12 or 15?
Your lunch 12 or
of
make
cost.
make the cost, make it 15 per person just for budgeting.
Yeah,
Makes
that
sense.
sounds realistic. 12 to 15 sounds realistic. All right. So we'll say 15 for the lunch.
I'll be honest, I don't remember a lunch from the one I went to. Do we have a lunch?
In Santa Rosa.
Yes.
I gotta think.
Yeah, we had. 'cause we
Yeah,
had a
they had the
switcheroo
lunch.
We had the lunch at the
Same place where they had the
Luther Burbank.
banquet.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, it was sandwiches, cookies, a beverage, and a bag of chips. Right?
Kind of a box thing.
Mm. You went down the table and put stuff on your plate.
Mm.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to figure out the PA system is a big question mark for me. Um,
I was looking at the pricing.
yeah.
They usually have union people on call. And that gets pricey
Well,
if you.
yeah. And I told her that because of your previous experience a long time ago where we got hit with a surprise exorbitant 4-digit fee that we
San
weren't
Ram-
expecting,
San Ramon.
San Ramon, and I said, this happened to us before. We don't want to experience that again. So that's why I'm asking, what is it going to be? And so at any rate, there's that. But I'm not really prepared at this moment to give us a line item number on that. But did I put an attachment in the email?
Thought I saw something that said
For the pricing, yeah. Well, what do we think we'll need? The projector and screen? Or
The house sound system.
Mm.
Extra microphones.
Yeah, originally I was thinking that it would be great to have the budget meeting and the business meeting and the banquet speaker all in the ballroom for our members. And originally I was thinking it would be great to keep if we invite the general public in to see our Irish show, and if we do a judges training, I wanted to have the public part separate from the ballroom where everything else was going to be happening, the banquet, the business, the budget meeting. So that would mean 2 screens. And so I don't know if to save costs, if we should just have it all in the ballroom or not.
When we had it before and we invited people from the public, we didn't have as much social media. We had 12 outside attendees here in Reno, where we were, and
Yeah.
it was manageable. And most of them were people who already knew somebody in the room, or belonged to some other garden club where they had heard about it.
Okay. Because this year we had, Patricia, I think you counted like, let's say 30 people between the ones that were there at the beginning and the ones that filtered in at the end.
Yeah, it went from
Did we
like
have about
20.
30 people for the symposium?
It fluctuated from about 24 to 28 people,
Yeah.
on average.
So. And I really think it worked out well to have a judges training as one of our symposium topics. That way, I mean, it seemed like everyone really liked it.
But we need to have a judges training anyway.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm all in on that.
Okay.
Do we have somebody in mind?
No.
When you're the
As
first
far as
time we
as far
hosted,
as programming, I think what we're supposed to do is contact the person in charge of judges training, and then they tell us what is needed. and help us figure out who it should be.
Well, usually the clubs can, or somebody from the region. Carol Cullen will help us to know what we might be desperate for. But we also want it to have broad appeal, not something that's super specific. Like sometimes it's awards and medals. Well, that's mainly, that's different than something that helps with the garden or a new type of iris. But we've had Del Perry from Texas. That was when Billy Shea had the show in 2010 or 11. We had Linda Miller in 2018. So just really all depends. We can fly them in from far or get them from near.
Okay. Yeah,
I
so
felt
that's
like I felt like Cindy Eastman said that she'd be available in 2026 to judge if we needed her when she was previously asked if she could judge for 2025. So if we see if she's still available, maybe she could, her, Cindy Broughton are both judges, and they're in Auburn, so it's easy enough to pay the fees to have somebody come over the hill than to fly them in from another state, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think Phyllis Wilburn is a very good presenter, and she's underused.
what is her specialty of expertise?
Oh gosh, she grows everything, all different types of iris. Her specialty might be, well, she has been president a number of times of the Tall Bearded section,
Yeah.
and the editor of Tall Talk magazine. So Tall Beardeds. She also has a lot of standard dwarf bearded, MTBs, and so forth. She's pretty versatile because she's been doing iris for 70 years or something, but she's a good polished presenter and has good PowerPoint stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, she's just over the hill too. I think she's in not quite Placerville, but just just west of Placerville a little ways. So not too far of a drive as far as gas money is concerned.
Another topic might be artistic arrangements. I think we've developed some artistic judges in the region, and Carol might point us in a direction on that. It's something they usually do at national. It might be refreshing to know more on that topic. Maybe we could ask
And
our
Cindy
own
Eastman
club
would
nurse.
be a perfect person for that.
Good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, her and or Kathy would be good for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Anna Cat is the queen of arrangements, but we've heard a lot from her over the years. Might be good to get a different voice.
Okay. What else?
We need to find out if they'll allow us to bring in our equipment for AV, if they'll let us bring in our projector.
They will. I asked.
Oh, okay.
And I think that is there a PA? I mean, the PA is wired into the room there, and there is a drop-down screen, but they charge for that.
Yeah, it's $100 a day. It's cheaper than the tripod screen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But are we planning on Zooming this?
Uh,
That increases
no,
the cost.
Oh,
I
really?
don't think we were planning on Zooming it.
Okay. Because we might be able to get by with internet access that's complimentary,
Yeah.
just to get the projector to talk to the screen or to project on the screen. We'll have our own computer.
Yeah.
We
I'm
could
sure that Jean Richter and Bonnie Petheram, a couple of people in that group, I forget which affiliate, they always ask for Zoom.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
That increases the cost because you'll want to have a better bandwidth.
I guess
Yeah.
I could ask them what the bandwidth is of their, they
Dedicated
are
group.
going to give us complimentary Wi-Fi there.
Right, but dedicated group bandwidth for 10 people is $750 per day. For 15 people, it's $1,500 per day.
Yeah. That's just, it's like, so for whose benefit
That's
would you
insane.
for, just because we can doesn't mean that it makes sense to do it.
Right.
Right.
Are they going to pay us?
Can somebody do a Zoom from their personal laptop of the speakers for the sake of the people two or three people probably who want to have Zoom?
You just have to figure out because if they'll be able to hear the speaker, if you want the laptop to be on the lectern, well, the lectern, if you have a freestanding lectern, that's $50 a day. Zoom just complicates it.
It does, especially if you're only trying to accommodate a handful of people. I understand that, it's people who would like to be able to make it, but can't because of the distance or for whatever reason. But for us to accommodate a handful of people, I don't think it's worth it unless they're going to pay extra for the inconvenience and the extra cost.
Right.
Sure, we'll do Zoom, but it's still going to cost you $50. A person
Right.
to do it. And if we don't have a minimum to cover the extra cost, then we're not doing it.
I have Zoom. We can use mine.
No, but I mean, like for the cost of any
You
extra
need the
audio,
bandwidth. You need the bandwidth.
The bandwidth.
to accommodate these people. And I feel like if you told me that's going to be $50 for you, and if we have to get a minimum of 10 people to cover our expenses, if we don't, then there's no Zoom. Because we can't just accommodate.
Maybe they could have some friends in the room do FaceTime with their phones or something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't had Bonnie at a meeting since pre-COVID.
Is she just avoiding coming out?
I don't know if she has an immune disorder or what, but yeah, both Sheena and Bonnie, and I don't know if there are others. That group still does meet by Zoom. I don't think they have in-person meetings.
Oh. Susan, do you remember the price of the keeper pins from your contract? I did not write that number down.
Oh, well, I think I got them for 80 cents a piece.
80 cents a piece. Okay.
It'd be like
Because
$1.
it
Dollar.
looks, yeah, it looks like they spent a lot more than that in 2024. It says 600.
600, yeah.
So,
Well, I only got 200 pins for the Daffodil Society,
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
and it wasn't that expensive. It wasn't bad. Well, because I really did a really good discount.
It's going to depend on tariffs too, because we
Yep.
use pin crafters. And they make them in China for us, but in 2018 they were $6 or $7. And I hate to think that if with the tariffs, goodness, it could be 14, 15, 16.
That's how I got the discount. Was I told him I wanted to get the pin. I called him in December and said I wanted to get the pins before the tariffs in January, and he gave a lot of, remember now, 30% discount. And I had them in hand before Christmas or just around Christmas time. It was
Yeah,
really
that's
fast.
80 cents compared to $6.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I like 80 cents a lot better.
He's excited to work with us, so we could maybe
There you go.
and because of me, the Lily Society got their pins through him, and I've already made the contact with Pam and him, so maybe he'll give us a good deal.
Okay. And we don't need that many, the average attendance at these regional meetings is somewhere between 60 and 80 people. So, whoops, sorry.
Well, in 2018, we hosted a fall regional and we had 80 people because they all wanted to come to Reno. And
Yeah.
I forget which weekend it was in October, but there was some big betting thing going on. It worked out well.
Perfect. Okay. Well, Patricia, you and I had touched base on the Iris show schedule and whether we should bundle it in with the the program for the spring regional, or if it should be separate. So I don't really know, but I'm kind of thinking separate.
I'm
And
kind
I
of thinking
really-
separate too.
Yeah, and I really think that it's great to have it available virtually so that you don't have to spend postage to mail them to the people that are thinking about entering the Irish show. We can get it out to them virtually by email and save our printing for the regional booklet with the map to the guest gardens.
Yeah, we'd still have to have some printed on hand for when people actually show up.
I agree.
But
I agree.
I'm all in favor of what you're saying.
Proposing
Especially
separate.
postage has just gone up from 50 something to 72 cents. It's just outrageous. So
It's going up on the 15th more.
also, if people request a show schedule and we email it to them, then they don't have to figure out what to do with the entire book and how to print just the show schedule. Okay, perfect. Thank you. My library where I have the Zoom room is closing in 10 minutes.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a good way to keep on track.
right. Well, we covered quite a bit of the different items on the 2024 spring regional budget that we're using as a template. What we didn't talk about was the banquet. If we do the buffet, that is the most reasonable choice rather than a plated service. So the buffet is $60 per person with the
How much?
gratuity and the $60 per person.
Okay.
And with the gratuity and the tax, that comes to $78 per person.
Yeah.
So that's why I want people to have a light garden lunch so that they'll be hungry get their money's worth on the dinner.
Excuse me.
But the buffet is good though too, because that way people with allergies and stuff can pick their way around things.
Pick and choose.
Yeah.
And we don't have to pick the menu tonight, but I think we'll select the buffet as our choice. And that price is guaranteed for next spring. And they were giving us a discount in the contract. It said they were giving us a discount on that buffet price.
To make up for the service and taxes that go on top.
Yeah. So I'm thinking it'll be really good service. So did we cover anything? We didn't cover decorations. I figure that's not a big deal. We don't have to rent tables and chairs at the gardens, I don't think. Or maybe we do. That's a question mark, I guess. We can see,
Some of us have camp tables we could bring too.
yes. Since tables and linens will be provided there at the Silver Legacy, our tables can be used at the gardens.
And which gardens are they again?
The one in Carson City that you were at in the June meeting, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And the other one is at Deborah Peterson's in South Reno that I can't remember if you were at the meeting. What month were we at Deborah Peterson's? Was that
I feel like that was May, April or May.
May? I was thinking it was possibly May. And I can't remember if you were there or not. Oh, CJ, you pulled up and then your
Oh,
friend
yeah, and
had
then
a
the stupid
medical
emergency. Yeah,
emergency, so
yeah,
you left. So
yeah.
you didn't get
Okay.
to see the garden, but that was where that garden, the other guest garden is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then one of the things in the how to put on a spring regional, they said the swag bags or the gift bags, they're not supposed to be a profit item. We're not supposed to be charging for that. So that's
Was that
why
even that
a
wasn't
lot
even
of
an
the
idea
things are
though.
like donated. Pardon?
You're still gonna need, I think we figured at the daffodil one, we did $15 per bag because you
Yeah.
pay for the bag, you're gonna pay for a bunch of stuff.
I did talk with Jim Donahue and he's looking for pricing for me on bags. It seemed like the price that he was talking about, and he didn't get back to me with the solid price, but it was like $1 a bag.
Yeah, and that's
Not,
for the ones that deteriorate. The $5
yeah.
ones were the ones I got that were the cotton.
Okay, the cloth ones. So I will continue to talk with him, or we can work on. And then Susan, also you got some donated from Trader Joe's,
Right.
and you got
Yes,
some
and
other stuff donated
yes,
from Trader
yes.
Joe's, like cookies and chips.
We got the cookies and chip from the other place.
Okay.
But Trader Joe's did the bags, and that could be where we get the bags if you want a Trader Joe's logo.
And they said Nevada.
And with the Nevada bags, I thought they were great, and they were free because Trader Joe's will do like $100 a month for a nonprofit.
Oh, nice.
We just need to talk to them about when we want them to do it, and I'm sure they'll do it.
Get on the list.
So
Fix our spot.
once you get a donation, how long do you have to wait before you can get another donation?
Well, mine was for the Daffodil Society, so this is the Iris Society.
I know, but we
Yeah.
can do a donation.
So-
Can we do for like, I don't know, like August of 25? Then
In October.
Darcy Anderson has a hidden talent for that kind of thing. If we can get her, if she's not traveling too much.
I did speak with her, and she was thinking she was going to come to the Carson City meeting, but she didn't. I do want to circle back with her and ask her, since she always historically many times has hosted the August meeting with the auction. I was going to check in with her and see if she'd like to host this August meeting. I don't know if we have anyone signed up for August yet.
And you can always do it here if no one does.
Okay.
We've done the auction here before too.
I'm gonna have to say goodbye. I've
Okay.
got to bail. This is a good meeting. Thank you so much.
Bye, Patricia.
Thank you. I do think we're pretty much done, don't you? Okay.
Did we want to schedule another date for a meeting?
I'm flexible. I think that we covered quite a bit. We have a couple of gaps in our knowledge, mainly the speaker, the programming.
Okay.
Anything we're going to be covering on Saturday?
Say again?
Is there anything we're going to be covering about this on Saturday
Um,
with the whole team or not yet?
well, we got a couple of things. We got follow up with the garden hosts about the whether or not we need to rent a porta potty or if they are willing to
Yeah.
allow people to come in. That's one of the things for follow up.
Is
And
Carson City going to go all the way up to California? Probably not.
That's this Saturday, right?
Yeah,
And it's not local in Reno?
no.
It's up north of Reno, past my house. CJ,
What,
if you
hour
can
from
get to my house by like 9:15, you can ride with me. You can leave your car here and ride with me.
No, thank you.
It's an hour drive from my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm riding with Dan.
No.
Oh, it's here. It's
That's
day
too much time.
morning. Okay.
Rose is riding with me.
Oh,
So
okay.
I do have room if someone else wants to join. Okay.
BJ trying to hitch a ride with me because but I don't know, I got so many other errands I have to do. I feel bad, but I'm like, I got errands I need to do, lady. You know, I haven't been home.
Right.
I don't leave I don't go into town but once a week. Like if I don't do my returns from the stores on Saturday, I don't know when I'm going to get them done.
Okay.
Well, I have to send an email to Darcy again anyway, so I'll ask her if she wants to host the August meeting because I already told her I wasn't going to be at that meeting and she offered to be secretary for me
Oh.
verbally, and so I sent her an email, but she never replied, but verbally she told me she would. So I think what I'll do is this is the perfect time to reiterate, hey, are you still willing to be secretary for the August 9th meeting? And if so, are you also willing to host it at your house?
It would be really convenient. Okay, I'll let you follow up with her on that.
Okay.
Because when she and I talked, she said, I can't remember if we renewed our dues or not. I said, no, you didn't. She said, oh, well, when we come to the June meeting, I'll get us up to date. So she still is getting up to date on that because they wound up not coming to the June meeting.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
another point. You can touch base with her on that.
We won't let you out of your house until you pay.
Well, I think you cannot participate in the auction if you are not a current member. So it
Yeah.
would be weird to host the auction and not be a member.
And take the notes, for the meeting.
Okay. Well, I've kind of been taking notes here, and I think what I'll do is I'll have a summary of what we talked about today in a printed out form to give to you guys at the meeting. Does that sound good? Or I can email it. I can email it.
I'm also going to be able to submit this recording.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
I
All right.
have to figure out how to do it, but yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much again.
All righty.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks
See y'all
for
later.
DJ.
Bye.
Bye.